I hope you've got pen and pencil. You'll put this date down right now. You know that I will put it on the website and everything, but it's something you don't need to miss. The First Methodist Church of Mount Olive is sponsoring.
Actually, First Baptist Church.
Oh, well, okay. That's what
and the Mount Olive Methodist.
There we go. We were discussing this morning. We were going from one town to the other town. So thank you. But they are sponsoring a Watoto children's choir. And when I first heard about it, I was like, well, what in the world is that? You know, I didn't have any idea. This is Pastor Bob Phillips, and this event is actually coming to Mount Olive. So it's something I think you'll be interested about and want your children for sure to come. Thank you so much for coming. Tell us how you ended up with this group.
Well, several years ago, I had gotten something in the mail, and I thought it looked like something that might be interesting. So I contacted the Watoto people, and we scheduled.
Let me ask you, who are the Watoto people?
Watoto is Watoto Church was founded in Uganda.
Oh, okay.
Back, I think, in the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
They have a network of children's homes. They've involved themselves in looking after orphans. Back at that time, there had been a lot of violence in Africa, and there were a lot of orphans. And so the Watoto Church started this ministry with orphans and widows.
Interesting.
And they have a network of homes in Uganda, and they also have an organization where they help the widows to learn how to make a living. And,
Right.
And at the Watoto performance, there will be afterwards some of the things that they have made available for sale.
Great.
But it's a very large ministry.
Okay, now this is going to be their choir. How does that work?
Well, it's actually one of several choirs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they still have two choirs going in the United States this year. This year is the first year that, since COVID, that they've gone back on tour.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have choirs that have toured in Europe, Canada, Australia, and the United States. And at one time they had two separate choirs that were touring the United States, different regions. And so anyhow, I contacted them, and our church agreed to host them. And I have to confess I was a little nervous at first because I wasn't sure how it would be received in the community, how many people would turn out for it. But we've had them twice, and both times we've been putting people in the balcony of our church.
That's wonderful.
The turnout from the community, from all the churches in the community, has just been fantastic. And I wanted to get them back because been such good experiences with them before. They're wonderful singers. They have a wonderful program.
Is it children or adults or mixed?
Is primarily children and young teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
There are some adults with them who come along as chaperones to look after the children. Mm-hmm. They will arrive on the 30th and set up. And sometime that afternoon, they'll have their kids will do their schoolwork, and then they will perform. And after the performance, everything breaks down and they load back up. But they stay overnight in homes in the community.
So were you able to work that out? Get homes for everybody?
Yes, between our church and the Methodist Church, we've got that covered. We have 3 motel rooms here in McGee for the bus driver and a couple of the adults who are
need to get away for a while.
maybe so. But then those that stay in the homes will have a chaperone staying with them. And so they'll go to the host homes, they'll spend the night there, they'll have breakfast the next morning, and then they'll load up and go to the next venue.
How many are in the choir?
Approximately. Approximately 20 or so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe more than that. It depends on how many adults are actually with them.
Well, who sponsors them to come? I know I'm not into the United States, I guess is what I'm saying. Not just at your church, at First Baptist, but who's the sponsor behind this?
Watoto has a, I don't know what you call them, headquarters. I guess their U.S. headquarters, I believe, is in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go to the Watoto website, you can find everything you want to know about the ministry and about Watoto here in the United States. So I would recommend that people go to the Watoto.
I'm going to link that website onto the article, so you can click on it.
Yeah, and you can find everything you want to know about them. It'll have information about the ministry, the founding of the Watoto Church, the orphanages, the ministry for widows and young women, and the development of the organization. So they have a worldwide outreach.
Okay, what about the cost? Is there a cost for someone to attend?
No. Attendance is free of charge.
Mm-hmm.
We will give an opportunity for anybody who wants to donate to a free will offering,
mm-hmm.
To go toward the Watoto ministry.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no charge, and people can give or not give to the
mm-hmm.
to the offering.
And then you said there will be items for sale too.
Yes, items that have been made by people in the Watoto ministry will be for sale.
It's November the 30th, and it starts at 7 p.m. at the First Baptist Church in Mount Olive. Now, I hope you will tell your church about it also, because it's going to be a great opportunity for all of us, and also to give back to them and to see the progress they've made in their lives.
Oh, it's amazing. The testimony of these kids is absolutely moving. We always have a really enthusiastic response when they come.
I'm sure that United States is just a shock for them.
Well, it's definitely different from Uganda, but these kids are just amazing. They are amazing. Their sponsors, their chaperones, everybody who's worked with it have just been super.
Okay, I hope you will mark that. Now, like I told you, it's November the 30th. It's at 7 p.m. and it's at the First Baptist Church in Mount Olive. Y'all